Alrighty, what is up everybody and welcome back to Evospace. As always, I am Dor, and today we are going to go ahead and set up our plastic production over here on our oil node. I went ahead and changed out a little bit of the flooring so far. Not too much. I'm not liking it. I'm not hating it, but it's going to take a while. Even with this stainless steel tool, it's still taking a little bit longer than I was expecting. I went ahead and put reinforced concrete as the pathway instead of the bricks. It seems to like make you sprint a whole lot faster than running on wood and running on bricks. So I didn't know that was a thing, but it seems to be a thing. So I'm going to go ahead and just keep that. It's going to take a while to get this stuff up and running. We have one little mixer mixing things, and it's taking a while to do anything. One thing I want to go ahead and do before we go ahead and start the oil is I want to go ahead and set up a trash can on our stainless steel line over here. These two electrolyzers are redundant, I guess. We don't need them. We don't need to be breaking down the aluminum back into its usable stuff because this line keeps up with it just fine. So we're gonna just go ahead and get rid of these guys. And just put a trash can and go ahead and scrap the rest of that aluminum stuff that's in the chest over here. It's not all full. I just set it up because it was backlogging, and then the whole thing stopped running for a little bit, and I didn't realize it. We're gonna have to make this turn a little bit because I don't want to have to move that whole conveyor to accommodate this. Can we do this? Whoop. Oh, wrong way. Uh-oh. Oh, no. I need you to, there we go. And then that should just go into the trash, and it just auto-deletes it pretty much. So, I think right now that might be like one of the only blocks you can actually, or besides a chest, but I think this is the only one that you can pipe directly into with a conveyor, and it'll auto-input it instead of having to arm it in. But yeah, it works. So we're just going to go ahead and leave that be. I don't have any bricks with me. I'm going to leave this for myself to do later on. We need to go find our oil thing. I don't have the circles down to highlight over the nodes on these things because I didn't have pump jacks unlocked, and I didn't think about doing that until a few minutes ago. So we're going to get oil out of this. We need that oil to go into a, what is this thing called? A pyrolysis unit. That's a word. Oh, we need heat. Ooh, okay, well, we have heat pipes everywhere, so that's fine. We're gonna go ahead and just put it right next to it. Why not? We're just gonna use one for right now. As we, yeah, never mind. Oops. We need to have a pump on the liquids to go ahead and shove it into the thingy here. So we do that. That's going to go ahead and fill it with oil when we give this power. And then we can go ahead and select this one here. So we need to go ahead and feed it steam as well. Was it 20,000 steam, I believe? Let me just check. 20,000 steam. Okay. And if we look at our thing here, it doesn't tell us how much it actually produces. Okay. So we need to go ahead and set up a secondary little steam line here. I want to have an independent one feeding this thing here so we're not messing with our power system over there. Let's do this. I have 3 of them right now, and this is going to be a little dirty setup here. I'm not too worried about it right now. I'll mess with it as we need it, but right now it's gonna run. It's gonna produce what we need it to produce, so I'm not too worried about it. We need you to get water. We need this to go out so we can go ahead and run a. I thought that was the dirt on the bottom. We'll do that. Oh, yeah. In between, I also set up all the flywheels because I wanted to just see if maybe the game could use a reset or something, and maybe that would have fixed the little lagginess I was getting. That is not the case. I ran it all the way through the entire base. I used, I don't know, like a whole inventory or a whole steel chest full of, I don't know if I can connect to this bit of it, but I'll try, of flywheels, and I got around, I want to say maybe, it was telling me on the little settings thing, because you could turn your frame rates on here. I was averaging 4 to 8 frames around the entire base. So that's not going to happen anytime soon. I'm not sure if it's the game or if it's my computer that can't handle it. But those flywheels just spin constantly, even if they're full of power. So maybe that's why it's doing that. I'm not too sure. But anyways, we need the methane that's going to come out of this thing now. Okay, so like I was saying, we're going to be taking the methane from this machine and remixing it in this machine with 20,000 steam as well, and we're going to get producer gas. That producer gas is then going to have to be mixed in a chemical reactor with a other thing. Hold on one moment here. We need to we're going to be producing gas in this one as well. We're going to go ahead and store that. So we need heat on the bottom of that one. Let's go ahead and do the middle bit here. Okay, we can't actually do the middle bit because the thing isn't big enough to warrant its own block. Unfortunate. So we'll do this. We'll do that. So that way we're pulling the gasoline down from the setup here. This will be making producer gas, and this will be giving us heavy oil is all we need up here. So I'll go ahead and do this and this, I believe. This one will be the heavy oil. This one will be the producer gas. And then I believe both of those then need to go into a chemical reactor. If I can click on this thing really quick just to double check. So the heavy oil needs to go into a chemical reactor. Yep, with the ethylene. The ethylene is made from the producer gas in a chemical reactor with a catalyst. So we need this thing. Ooh, where is it? I know I made them. There we go. We'll do this so we can connect the power to both simultaneously there. So this one is the heavy oil again. There we go. That's going to be making plastic for us. We need the plastic for our next tier of circuits to make the next tier of research stuff. Which reminds me, we can go ahead and actually start this stuff because we already produced the purple stuff. We just don't produce a lot of it with the chips we have right now. So, let's see. This guy needs catalysts, which I believe we need. I don't have any of those chipsets on me. Oof, let me go grab some chipsets because we need some assemblers. I also forgot, but we can go ahead and make a jetpack. The tier 2 jetpack, because we were able to make the steam pack forever. We just never got around to it, and we're going to go ahead and make this one. We have the stuff in our inventory. I don't know how it works. It used to just be like infinite power, and then the little you press spacebar and it would show like a little stamina bar that would drain. So I don't know if we can float with them now. I don't know if it's still just like super jumps that was like last season's. But anyways, we have the assemblers here. So we need one of these. Actually, yeah, we need one of these to be making the thingamabobber. Hold on. So we're gonna have it spaced out to an arm, or do we want it filling up a chest because we will need this. We will need this stuff when we eventually unlock reactors. So let me just go ahead and space it out a little bit so we can put a chest there, put that there. We can put a chest, like I said, boom, cool. So this one will be making catalysts. Let's do this so the power line's behind and we're not looking at it when we walk around. So you will be making catalyst. So we need to drag the gold cable over here and we need to make some coal come down here as well. And then the one next to it, we'll do the same thing. We just don't have any chests on us right now. And then with that little click, we do now. Cool. We do that, and then we can drag over our arm sets and stuff as well. And that will give us the baseline of the skeletal thing, which is called a cell. Okay, never mind. We need to feed it stainless steel. So we also need to finish off that line then, because I didn't put the hammers and the saw units in there to be autoing making those. So I need to go ahead and do that. Where our jetpack should be done, right? Yeah. So then we put it here, and oh, cool. So we do float, and it's triggered with F. Okay, cool. And we don't get super jump. Okay. Cool beans. That'll come in handy. I guess it would have came in handy if I didn't build the platform already, but it'll still come in handy every now and again when I want to just be lazy and float around. Let's see here. We need to put some stainless steel in there. We can go ahead and let's put 32 in there. Let's go ahead and make some parts as well. Let's make a 32 of that. Oh, I don't think I just made 32. I think I made 5 because I don't think that's yeah. I don't think that's a shortcut key for that. So that should be set, right? So if we put the parts in here now, it's going to make that stuff. We don't have any power, so it's not going to make anything. We need a conveyor over our gold and our coal, which I think we can just like have a chest here and just have it armed in to the unit, right? Or maybe not even a chest, just the conveyors, like we have our coke line set up. And then I think we are pretty much done. I'm going to run those conveyors off camera because that's going to take me a minute. And it looks like I have to make some more conveyors as well. So this is going to output ethylene. Okay. So then we need... I don't think we need a filter pump because there's only one liquid coming out of this thing. This thing needs the ethylene. Well, yeah, I'll leave it be like that. And then... this is going to be outputting plastic, so we don't really need anything else coming into this unit here. Oh, I didn't select my pipes like I thought I did. So then we need to pump it right back into this unit. Boom. That'll mix those two liquids, then we get plastics, and plastics then need to go into another assembler to make these guys here, the advanced circuits, which are pretty much the plastic that's coming out of here with gold cable to make the advanced circuit that we then need to mix with the silicone wafers we already have being made to make the next tier of... no, that is not the thing we need. We have that already. Oh, yeah, okay. So that's the new one we have. We just haven't made any of those yet. We need to make rare earth metals, and then we take those guys and combine them with the advanced circuit, and that's how we get the next tier above that tier. We were already a tier behind. We haven't made those ones yet. My bad. I forgot. Okay, so... we can go ahead and do all that. Let me go ahead and get my stuff. I'm going to run the plastic back up toward our circuitry little manufacturing area. And let me go ahead and plug all this stuff in, run the conveyors, and then we'll come right back here with the stuff running here in a moment. So we have everything hooked in. The only thing we don't have hooked in right now is the plastic coming out and going back up there. I'm running low on steel parts, so I'm not making any conveyors right now. I'm letting that build up again. I'm still using all the steel conveyors because I'm sure the speed difference is much faster on these. It's just we have an abundance of steel, so I'm going to go ahead and be using those for the time being until we get our stainless steel squared away. We'll probably have that by the time we start actually rolling into all the titanium stuff here. But what I'm going to go ahead and do is I want to set up one of these guys. I have a gas turbine that we're going to use to run our... I want to have it like directly underneath it if I can. Does that work? We can go over a little bit more. Let me just run a pipe down, actually. I don't know why I'm making this harder for myself. Let's do that. Take out 2 of them, because that's how big the thing is going to be. And then if we take the turbine, we can just go ahead and connect it in like so. Nope. Try that again. Like so. There we go. Haha. Okay. So we're going to get the gasoline in here. It's already filtering out because the whole system's up and running. We have our own independent coal line. Like I said, I just set up one still miner over there. We have the gold coming in because we had a bunch backlogged already. And we just need to go ahead and plug this into this guy here. This is our first stainless steel power generator. And then we can go ahead and run this out to our power line, or run this up to our power line. That away. And plug it into this guy here because that's plugged into the main line anyways, instead of running a whole line across the way here for no reason. Insufficient kinetic. Oh yeah, yeah. It's not turning on yet because we need 10 gas in here to generate one thingamabobber of the turbine here. So that's gonna be pretty much idle a lot of the time because we're not really gonna be going through that the thing up there too quickly. And taking a look at it from up here, did we even have enough to make one catalyst? I don't think we did. Oh, we did. Okay. Oh, oh wait, I don't even need to have a bunch of things. I thought it used it. Oh, dang it. So we just need to. We don't even need this whole setup. Oops. Oh, dang it. So we need this to come back out and go into a chest or go into a conveyor maybe or something. Let's go ahead and change this. This can go that way. Then the chest can go here. I wish I would have realized that as I was setting this up. That would have probably saved some material and stuff that we now need to go ahead and break down. Do we have another chest in our inventory? No, we do not. I have this. I was going to put that down there with the gasoline, and I forgot about it, so I have to go back down there and do that. We do that for right now. That'll just store up some plastic. How are we going to do this? We need the thing to come out and go back in. How do we do that? Can we do it like this? Can we put you on a conveyor, maybe? Oh, I hit the 1 button. I didn't mean to do that. Can we do that? And then have you... Dang it, go away. Can we have you go that away? Nope, that's back up. Okay, so we can have you go that way. Can we just conveyor you in? And we don't have any conveyors because, yeah. Let me make a couple here. Let me make one more because I think we need 3 to get in there. Let's see, can we do that? And then have you turn that away. And will you go back in? You will not go back in. Oof. Okay. Well then, we can just do this. This is kind of like last season when we made our, what was it? The like the big furnace thing. It was using some it was only like you could only put 5 things in there. I think it was a freezer actually. You can only put 5 items in there, and then it wouldn't let you put any more. So you had to cycle the unit and have the stuff going in and out of it over and over again. Kind of saved on resources as well, I believe. So will it grab from this thing here if we put the catalyst back on there? It will. So it'll just keep cycling, and we have the fast belts on there. Oh yeah, okay. So it had a timer that whole time. That's why it wasn't spitting it right back out. Yeah. So it's 7-second timer, and then the arm grabs it, puts it down, spins it around, and we're good to go. Okay, so I think the reactors are just like that too. I don't think we need the whole setup that I just spent time making here. I think once we make where's the reactor stuff? I know you use this to make reactor stuff, isn't it? Oh, nope, never mind. We need cells on their own anyways. And we need to start making uranium dust and stuff. It's a totally different thing. Okay, I thought the catalyst went into making the fuel cells and stuff for the reactors. They do not. So this setup here is probably not going to get used ever again. Okay, so I haven't quite edited the last clip just yet. I think I might have just put this in between the clips here. It's a storage tank to hold some of the heavy oil. We are producing it faster than we're using it, so currently we're at a standstill on our setup here. We're also not done yet. We need to go ahead and set up the rest of the line to make these circuits before we go ahead and call it an episode. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to pipe out of this thing because we're going to have an excess of it, so I don't feel the need to set up another thing currently. So we'll try this and see if it works. We need to pipe that into another chemical reactor. So we'll put it like here. We'll pipe into the back of it. We'll power from the side. That's fine. And we'll put it probably like right here. That's fine. We're going to also arm out of this one. We're going to arm into a chest and then into another chemical reactor here in a second. Let's go ahead and grab that guy, put it there. We need to select the recipe. So we are going to be taking the heavy oil and mixing it with water to make sulfur. That sulfur is going to be stored, and we should be good. I think we need a pipe. I didn't bring any pipes. Of course I didn't bring any pipes. Dang it. Okay, so we got the pipes. I think we need to pipe it in, right? Or pump it in. Yeah, we need a pump. So we have those. Let's go ahead and do this. Boom. Okay, so we're gonna be getting the heavy oil in. Now we just need, ooh. Actually, is there any way I can do this? You know what? We'll just pipe it in from the top. That's fine. So we need another pipe, or a pump. I keep calling it a pipe. We need a pump up top. If I can I target the top of the block, please? Please, please. Oh, stop it. Whatever. We can go ahead and just rotate it to how we need it, and then when the game finally lets us select the thing we need, we can put it there. There we go. So we're gonna need water coming in through the top here. Boop. We have to be careful not to mix the lines here because they'll connect because they're both stainless steel, and we don't really want that to happen. So we'll actually drag it over to the chest and drag it down from there. And we need a condenser here to make water. The water thing is there. We'll do this for right now. That'll be making water. That'll then feed into that, making the sulfur. And we don't need a pump on this end because it has an auto output. So that should be good. Okay, so that's that step done. Then we need to set up another one that's taking that. Oops, wrong thing. That's taking the sulfur from that. Yeah, taking the sulfur, and then we have two liquids that need to be pumped in. So we also need water here, so we can throw a pump down on this thing as well to bring in the water. We'll also do it from the top. Why not? We'll do that. We'll drag the thing over like so. What other liquid do we need? We need oxygen coming in as well. So I don't know why I just broke the pump. We can just do this. Throw down another condenser because we can make oxygen through the condenser. And we need to stagger it a little bit so we don't get in the way of the thing there. So it can power it still. And then this guy can go ahead and make the oxygen that we need. Go ahead and take these blocks out so I can just do it quickly here. We need electricity to you, electricity to you. And after we run that, we should be all powered up. Okay, so then we need to take the sulfuric acid here that we're going to be making in this guy here. We need to combine that with the aluminum impure dust, which we have down there. I'm going to try and piggyback off of the system that we have already. Do we have enough to make another one of those? No, we don't. We have the filter pumps. It does the same thing. We'll just use one for the current setup we have going here. That's no big deal. We're going to be pulling sulfuric acid out of you. And then we need you to be combined into... Was it another reactor? Yeah, it's another one of these. Okay, so we're going to pipe it down a little bit so we don't have to conveyor it so far. We'll do 15. That should be fine. Kind of the halfway point-ish. Not really, but kind of. Then we can do this again. We'll do the power on the backside because I think all we need is the dust getting put in. And then I keep doing that today. We need that going in. That'll feed the sulfuric acid. I think we have to select it again or it might not pump anything through. And we just click on... Oh, we can do it with iron too. Oh, no, we can't. That's a different thing. We need the rare earth metal. Okay, so that's that. Then we need to conveyor in the aluminum stuff. We're not going to put a chest here because then it'll build up a backlog that we really don't want on this end of the line. For right now, this will at least get us up and running here. In between episodes, I do plan on swapping everything out to stainless steel. It's just, ooh, I went the wrong way with that. It's just that I'm trying to get it to where I can balance out the lines a little more instead of having more things down than we actually need. But but that's taken me a little bit longer than I was expecting in a creative world here. You can't really speed up the time in the world. You have to sit there and let things cycle through just like normal and see where the issues are and try and fix them, and then run the whole line again and see what's broken and what's not broken, and so on and so forth. Okay, so we then need to take this rare earth metal, and we need to throw that into a assembler, and with the copper parts. What I think we'll do is we will, because we have this stuff getting produced down here, I think what we'll go ahead and do is we'll just conveyor down the plates, or the parts, because we're making them up there by the circuits already. We'll just conveyor them down, make them here, conveyor these over to this spot over here, and make them with this. So we'll output the rare earth metal that goes into an assembler with the plates. We'll do that like right here-ish. And we'll just power it from the backside like so. And we can conveyor out that's a pump jack, not an arm. Conveyor out this. We'll run a chest on this one because actually no, we won't, because I don't really want a backlog of this stuff. It doesn't have an icon, and I don't know. Usually the stuff without icons, whenever I try to place those in the world or do anything with them, it crashes my game. So I'm going to just have it conveyor directly into it and not have a backlog other than on the belt. So yeah, we'll do that instead. Let's see. So then we need to be making the thingamabobbers, these guys here. We'll conveyor up the parts from down here somewhere. Probably on the front end or on the side here with the thing. I'm not sure just yet. Then we need to conveyor that over to our circuit boards, which are these guys, right? Those guys then need to be put into a thing here as well. Boop. Give me. We'll leave it how it was. Oops. There we go. And then we need to mix these with gold. So actually, hold on, before that starts filling anything up, we'll back it up one so we can conveyor over the gold we have coming up right here on the line. Does that work? Oh, autosave. Hello. Let's see. So that'll work, right? And then we can do this, like so, and then we can just do this. And we can just conveyor it across the floor here to where we need it to go. And now we should be pulling in the gold and pulling in the plastic. That will be making the advanced circuit boards. We're going to do those into a chest as well. Yeah, we'll do this. We'll do that. We'll put a chest here. And then from the chest, we'll conveyor back out into this machine over here. No, not that machine over there. We need the stuff coming out of you to meet up with this one in another assembler. Like so. We'll do this so we can power it from there. And that's kind of the midway point, so we should be good. And then we need to conveyor, and a couple of arms down, and this line is basically done. I'm going to run the conveyors again because I need a few more strips. We need the parts down here. We need these things back up there as well. These are going to be the new source of computations being done for us to generate our stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and run those back up there as well. So we need 2 conveyors put down. I don't think this is going to be enough conveyor belts, so I might have to make some more. But I think that's pretty much the line done. I just need to power everything up really quick and run those 2 conveyors. And then we can get some of these cycles through and then take a look at the new circuits being put up. So let me go ahead and run the lines and stuff, and I'll be right back again. Okay, so with all the stuff ran, I kind of made a little future-proof thing here because we need to mix these and the ones we're going to be getting here shortly together to make the final tier circuit later on. So we're pretty much done with circuits. We just need to put down another assembler and we are golden. I think we need to move the computers one more time after that, because we're going to be a little tight on space. But we should be good after that. So we have the parts coming down. That's silicone. This is the line for the circuits. This is the part line coming down. We already have it up there. It goes all the way across the base here. I think I'm starting to feel some lag. I think we have a bit too much going on now. I might try and just start combining lines because we do have filter arms, and as the conveyors get faster and faster here, I think we can actually start mixing the stuff. As long as we're using filter arms on the end of the lines, we should be okay, I believe. But I'm not too sure on that just yet, but we'll see. Once the research thing completes down there, we should be producing these things then on their own, because that is currently what our holdup is. Once the parts reach here finally, we just completed the line a second ago. We'll start turning out these things, which will then start turning out the circuits on their own. That then have to travel all the way across the map again, and then we will have our own our thing being produced here. So what we'll do in the meantime is we'll go ahead and set up. I believe I added 2 more of these things in between as well, because we had a backlog and it wasn't going fast enough, and we still have a massive backlog in these things. So I think these 2 are fine. We might not have to adjust that any, but we do definitely need to put down more furnaces and get this stuff getting sorted on its own here. What I want to go ahead and do, though, before we go ahead and wrap up, and as our processors are being produced, I want to go ahead and set up this thing. This, again, is just going to be temporary. In between episodes, I'm going to go ahead and, like I said earlier, I'm going to go ahead and try and balance everything out to where we're not having a loss or a backlog. As long as the chests aren't full yet, everything should be just being used up on the line. For right now, we'll just do 2 of those and 1 of these. We need some engines. Do we have enough stuff to make engines? We have only 1 engine available because we need coils, right? Yeah, we need the coils. Okay. For right now, we'll do this. Eventually, this should be emptied out on its own here by going into these things. This is going to be another little sloppy setup for right now. We don't really have stainless steel to be setting these things up the way we need to be, so bear with me until next episode. We should have everything situated as much as possible. This should go here and here. We can just conveyor that out. Let's do this. If you didn't know, you can hold control while you're in a chest and take everything of the same type, which is very, very nice. I didn't know that was a thing in the game, and I just stumbled across it the other day. It's very good. Let's go ahead and dump all that back in there. Let's go ahead and move this one as well. We need to make some engines, so I need to run back up north there and grab the coils from the setup over there. And then we'll just have this stuff conveyed out onto a line, and we'll cut it up right here, I guess. And we'll do it like that. We'll just cut out the ground so we know where we need to put the engines. I don't have any flywheels on me either, of course. And then this doesn't need to go that far. This then needs to, we'll just have it turn into the thingamabobber there. So we're not having it run all the way down the line for no reason. And then that can come back out and go into a chest. That'll terminate in a chest as well. So we're having plates. We're having parts here, and then we'll have this actually turn around and terminate into a chest. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll have it terminate into a chest so that we can get rid of that chest when it eventually empties its contents out. So we do this. Whoop. And then that. I was really hoping we'd have some circuits up and running by now, but we don't. So I'm gonna run and grab the. What are we waiting on? What are we waiting on? Insufficient electricity. Oh, I didn't plug this in. We would have had power by now. Oh, genius! Oh, dang it! Thought I plugged everything in. Boop and boop. There we go. So now we should be going. I keep forgetting we have a jetpack and we could just go up and down the holes now. Very nice. Plug that in. There we go. This is turning it right out because it was just waiting to go. It's insufficient electricity. Does that mean our steam setup over there is starting to die out? Might be. Because this is plugged into the main line. And it's not getting enough juice. So let me go see what we're doing over here. We need to change this stuff out to the stainless steel stuff already. Any of these say like not running? They're all running. And we're only producing 1.1. So that's with all of them running. We're only making 1.1. And I think this thing needed... What did it say that it needed? 1.2, I think, on its own. It needs 2.2 on its own for these things. So yeah. The stainless steel versions of these, I can fit... if we run three water makers, we can fit 33 boilers on those. And with those 33, we're able to power 11 turbines. So I'll go ahead and do that because I didn't realize we would need it that early. I thought we had enough time to mess around and run our stuff to make these circuits, but we don't. But we are making a couple circuits. It's just a little delayed because of the shortage of power there. Let's see, we need our cabling here. Let's just go ahead and make some engines. I didn't bring any platage with me. Oh man. Back to the platage over there. Let me make the engines and stuff and plug them all in. So I need to get on the swapping of stuff over to stainless steel sooner rather than later. So that'll connect in. I don't think this is going to run any because we don't have any power currently. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and rearrange a lot of our base here. I think I'm going to go ahead and set up several copper lines. I'm going to set up one just making ingots. I'm going to set up one just making plates, and I'm going to set up one making only parts. And try and balance that out as efficiently as I can using these smelters as well, probably. Yeah, because if we run the other arc smelters, we need to macerate the stuff. So we're not going to do that. We're gonna run these guys and try and balance out the things and get the stuff that we need going here. And I'm gonna try and do that with every line that we have before next episode, and then we'll probably walk through and I'll tell you about it as we go through. And then we can go ahead and start focusing in on titanium probably by Thursday's episode of next week. But yeah, I think that's going to go ahead and be it for today's episode. We made the processors. We are going to go ahead and finish off some of the next tier research stuff. And then we can go ahead and jump on into making some titanium stuff. And hopefully that reactor will get us to where we need to get to be a little more sufficient with energy consumption here instead of the coal stuff, because that's our downfall right now. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed as always, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching.